Hey guys, week 11 of Super Rugby AU, or the playoff round, or the qualifying round, or the semi-final round, whatever you want to call it. All we know it's an important game between the Rebels and the Reds this week in Brisbane. They are going to play to qualify to play against the Brumbies in the final next week. I can't wait for it. It's going to be an exciting game. If we look at the standings, how the Rebels actually qualified to get into this game, you can see they just made it by point difference. They have 16 points while the Waratahs have 15. So yeah, they really narrowly made it into this game. The game will be played in the Suncorp Stadium in Brisbane. More fans will be allowed. I think I read earlier in this week about 26,000 or something like that. Fans will be allowed. Clear skies, 18 degrees Celsius. Not too windy. Nick Barry being the referee for this one. I expect some running rugby. The history is in favour of the Reds for this one, especially in 2020. The Rebels haven't beaten the Reds yet. The one was a draw. I think it was an 18-18 all draw. And in 15 August, just a couple of weeks ago, the Rebels lost to the Reds 19 to 3 points. They couldn't even score a try. Looking closer to the teams, both teams fielded their strongest outfit in this one. The Reds scrum, they've been dominant so far this whole season. The Rebels, they've been good at scrum time. Can they be better than the Reds in this game? Remember, the Reds just thrashed the Brumbies in that facet of play last week. They have a couple of complaints in some press conferences and stuff that the referees should look out on the scrum technique of the Reds and all that type of stuff. Brad Thorne is just waving it off and going on with his life. Lineouts, both of the teams are pretty similar. I think the Rebels do have the upper hand here. The Reds have been struggling a couple of weeks now. Last week, both teams have improved in this part of the game, but all four of these second rows are in fine fettle at the moment. Wilkin, he comes into the loose forward trio for the Rebels. This is probably their best trio that is available at the moment. Both Hardwick and Wilkin have a knack of stealing balls at a ruck time. This is to counterbalance the potency of McWright for the Reds. He just steals the ball all the time. They're talking about him for Red selection. I doubt he'd dethrone Hooper in that team, but great guy to bring off the bench. Wilson versus Naisarani, I think this is one to watch in the front pack of the game. But at the end of the day, I think Naisarani is in better form at the moment. Maybe I would have picked Wilson a bit earlier this season, but Naisarani is in great form. He's carrying a lot of the game for the Rebels at the moment. In the back lines, both are very exciting. Starting at number 9, Lomani, he comes in this game. I was surprised last week that he was benched. Actually, I think he's the best number 9 available for the Rebels at the moment. And they do need a live wire number 9 in this game to just play against McDermott, because I can almost guarantee you he is going to score a try in this game. The two veterans at number 10, this is also a great battle going up against each other with James O'Connor and Tumua. Who's going to be the Wallaby number 10 at the end of the year, or start of next year, or end of next year? Who knows when we're going to see Test Rugby, but who's going to be the Wallaby number 10 probably will be decided in this game. Both of them have been in great form so far, so this will be a massive decider for both of them to see which one is actually better. In the midfield, we have Meeks versus Stewart, and the mouth-watering encounter between Pataya and Hodge. Pataya, he's just regarded as Australia's superstar or future superstar, and he's just gonna prove why he is like that, because he's been doing that the last couple of weeks, just breaking through tackles, getting a couple of offloads through, great passes all over the field, defenders beaten, all that type of stuff. He's been in fine fettle as well. The whole back three for the Reds have been great as well. Last week, I think all three of them made my dream team. Daigunu in the number 11 jersey, he defeats defenders for fun. Campbell in the number 15 jersey, he just gets try assists all over the park as well. And they are up against a Rebels outfit or Rebels back three that has a lot of potential. Probably under-delivering at the moment. I think Kurabetti is probably the only guy that really stands out at the moment for that back three. Callaway, I do regard him pretty highly, but I think since he signed that Japanese contract, he's been lacking a bit in this Australian competition so far. The Reds only made 2 changes to their whole match day squad, and the only 2 is Murphy and Straker coming in on the bench. This will improve their line out with Murphy coming in. Scott Young and especially Paisami, they will look to have a massive impact coming off the bench. The Rebels bench seriously is lacking some firepower at the moment. I think Yelov, he's been scrumming well. Deegan, he was fine at number 10 when he was there. And then Magnay, he held the number 13 jersey. He held the fort there while Hodge was playing at number 15. Further than that, I don't really see any big game changes on the Rebels bench. My prediction, I think the Rebels really are lucky to be in this game. They just scraped into it. Most of the season has been a 2-horse race between the Brumbies and the Reds. The scrum for the Reds will probably give them a massive advantage in this one. If the Reds, or if the Rebels do kind of swing the game into a more line-out directed game, kick the Reds into their own half as well, that will swing the game into the Rebels' favor. But that's going to be a difficult one for them as well, because even if they do that, it is time for them to score tries, and the Reds, their defense has been great this last couple of weeks, and the Rebels, they've lacked some attacking threat in some games. Some games they look exceptional, but sometimes they are just off of it. They just do not score. To me, the Rebels do have a resilience to them, but I do not think it's going to kick into this game and get the Reds to lose in this one. I do think the Reds are going to win this game by 10 points. Let me know your prediction for this game down in the comments below. Also, check out any of these other videos next to me, and then I'll see you for the next one. Cheers.